Welcome children. Children, now we will discuss about fractions. We will have a quick revision of whatever we have discussed in this chapter 2. The first thing is, what is a fraction? Fraction is a part of a whole. That means you take any object. Take for example, you have a pizza. Okay, and you see there are so many pieces in that. Suppose you have taken this piece. So you have eaten or taken how many parts? Let me take one part. So fraction is the distribution. See, the sizes will be equal. It will not be in unequal portion. A part on a whole, but each part will be of exact size. Okay, or exact quantity or whatever it is. So part of whole. So on whole, this is your one pizza, correct? But from this one pizza, you have taken some part. So what is the fraction of that part what you have taken? It is 1 on count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So part of whole. That means here you have consumed 1 by 6 portion of the pizza. This is one thing that we came to know, that what is the meaning of fraction. Now there are many questions based on fraction. The first thing is marking the fraction on a number line. So how do you mark a fraction on a number line? Suppose you are asked to mark 5 by 2, 3 by 2 on a number line. So what you do, you draw a line. Start with 0, draw somewhere. After drawing a number line, you check the denominator. What is this number at denominator? 2. So what will you do? From here, 0 and 1, between these two, you will make two parts or two sections between these two. That is, see, 1 and see, this is one part and 2. Correct? Now same way here also, 1 and 2. This will give you the second whole number. See, this is your, what is this? 0 by 2. This is 1 by 2. This is 2 by 2. That means 1. This will become 3 by 2. This is your 4 by 2. 4 by 2 means 2. Correct? Then again, what is the 2? So you will take here again two partitions, two sections between the two whole numbers, these two. Like 1 and 2, see, you have two sections. Same way here also, 1 and 2. Again 1 and 2. So this will become 5 by 2, this will become 6 by 2, 7 by 2 and so on. What are you asked? To mark 5 by 2. Locate where is 5 by 2? This. 3 by 2, here it is 3 by 2. So this is one thing, that how to mark fractions on a number line, or using a number line, how to represent the fractional values. Now apart from that, you have some questions based on comparison. So if you want to compare fraction, there are many things here. See, the first thing is, maybe the fractions are like fractions. So if the fractions are like fractions, in that case, like fraction means where the denominators are same. So if the denominators are same, then you compare the numerators of the numbers. If there are three fractions, then what will you do? You will compare the numerator. Whichever numerator is greater, that fraction becomes greater. Okay? And if it is just the opposite, if the numerators are same, in that case, you check the denominator. The denominator with the lowest or the smallest value will become the greater value. Is it clear? So this is one thing when they are in like fraction. And like fraction means when the denominators are same. Then suppose here it is unlike fraction. So if you have an unlike fraction, that means when the denominators are not same, they are different. In that case, what will you do? You will first take the least common multiple of the denominators. Then you convert the denominators. After getting the LCM of the denominators, you compare each fraction with the calculated LCM and compare. When you will compare, you are converting it to its equivalent fraction. And what is happening in that case, you will see the denominators will become the same. And then again, here you can move like this by comparing the numerator. You can check which fraction is greater. Let's take one example of this. So if you want to compare, take for example 4 by 7 and you want 12 by 5. Now how will you compare which fraction is greater? What do you see? The first step is we understood it is unlike fractions. So when they are unlike, these are not same. What we have to do? We will take the LCM of the denominators, that is 5 and 7. It will be 35. After that, what I told you, you write down the fractions one below the other and compare with the LCM. So what is happening? You are converting it into equivalent fraction. In 7th table, when you get 35, 5 times. Multiply this with numerator. This will become 20. Same thing here. It will be 7 times of 5 is 35. Multiply this also. This will give you 84. Rewrite the fraction. Now see, I told you the third step after comparing it with the LCM, you will see they are now in equivalent fraction, which means these are same. Now compare 20 upon 35 and compare this with 84 upon 35. What is the rule? If these are same, check the numerator. Whichever numerator is greater, that fraction will become greater. So here 20 by 35 is smaller than 84 upon 35. This is how we compare the two unlike fractions. Now, in the next session, we will learn how to add like and unlike fractions. Also, you can compare here. See, we have learned three things. Basically, comparing of the like fractions. Then you compare the unlike fractions. And the third thing is if it is in mixed fraction. So, if it is in mixed fraction, take for example 1 by 2. You compare this by 2 1 by 3. How will you compare? When they are in mixed fraction, you bring it to improper fraction. That means, what is that? You will multiply whole number with the denominator and add the numerator upon denominator. So let us do for this one. This is, whole number is 1. 1 into 2, 2 plus 1, 3 by 2. And then the next one is 2, 1 by 3. That is multiplying the whole number with the denominator. That is 3 2s are 6. And add 1 to that. 7 by 3. So what happens? If it is in mixed fraction, then you bring it to improper fraction. And then you get the improper fraction. Now you know how will you do. See, these are not same. So you will take the LCM and compare it. Okay. The same thing, children, in addition also. In addition, you have three things. First, you are asked to add the like fractions. It is easy, just like what we have done in comparison of like fractions. Directly add the values because these are same. The second thing is when the these are not same. That is addition of fractions of unlike fractions. So in that case, till here it will be same. You will bring it to its equivalent fraction instead of comparing. After that, you will add the values. The third thing is addition of mixed fraction. So for addition of mixed fraction, we will convert the mixed fraction to improper fraction and then proceed with the same step. That is taking out the LCM comparing it with the LCM, getting the equivalent fraction. Equivalent fraction means the D's are same. So now you can directly add the values and get the answer. But yes, if the answer is again in improper fraction, make it a habit of converting it into mixed fraction. So this will continue tomorrow in detail. God bless you.